What is good, everybody? It is your boy Champagne Chico, and we are back with another rebuild for the week. And this one's going to be a different one, mainly because there's rumors circulating about Dalvin Cook on his way out. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that today. Have to see how it goes. I know that he isn't really the most, I wouldn't say unreliable, but they could go a younger route. Alexander Madison can fill in for the time being. We've seen how he's able to fill in whenever Dalvin Cook is injured. That his unreliability is availability. He is never available when you need him the most in terms of injury and avoiding injury. He just basically gets injured from very bad falls or bad hits, basically. And just unlucky. But we're planning to build around one of the best wide receivers that we've seen in the NFL in Justin Jefferson, and hopefully we are able to bring him a Super Bowl today. But before we get into the video, I do have to ask you to go down there and like and subscribe for me. Let me know what other teams you want me to rebuild or what challenges you want, because we're getting to the summer. Not a lot more teams to rebuild right now. Challenges can be in order. Just got to let me know what to do, and I'll get it out as soon as possible. I am recording these videos ahead of time since I will be out of town. I'm probably going to be saying that sporadically across these videos. That is why I'm wearing these glasses, because I've been sitting in front of the screen for a minute. So it's helping me with the light and with everything going on, but we're going to get into it. Champagne Chico coaching the Minnesota Vikings. And in the offseason, we are looking to negotiate with some players right now. Patrick Peterson is up for a contract. He ended up going to the Steelers, I think, in real life. Not much of a pivotal move for them. Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Garrett Bradbury is probably somebody that you want to keep on a team. Alexander Madison could develop into something with star development and getting the starting role, to be honest with you. I mean, if he can take this, what is he getting? About 2.4, 1.3 for 5 years. I'll take it. Think free agency will be better. That's fine. You can go into free agency. I'm not too concerned about that. I think we can get you back in free agency regardless. But Dalvin Tomlinson is another one. A one-year deal would be great for me, just to keep the defensive tackle position secure. Cornerback Patrick Peterson, Cameron Dantzler. Pat Pete could be a mentor for another year if he takes this. Appreciate the offer, but I'm going to test out free agency. I mean, I'm not overpaying him. I'm not. Center and Garrett Bradbury, 28 years old, could be solid for the foreseeable future. I think I'm going to give him a 2-year deal just to have a center on the team. Don't want to have to worry about that position at all. And I think that's going to be it. Irv Smith, tight end. We have TJ Hawkinson. Not much of use anymore for us. He can go to another team. 29 mil, but we did negotiate with some people, so it's around 35 in reality. We are at the bottom of the draft, though, where we could make the decision of going cornerback, since we probably do need it. Felix could be somebody that we add. They went Jordan Addison, who is a great wide receiver too. I wouldn't mind Jordan Addison either. I wouldn't at all, actually. Putting him alongside Justin Jefferson would be pretty solid for us. Cornerback, I can probably get in the second round. It's a pretty deep cornerback draft. Wide receiver isn't as much of a pool in this draft for sure. We're not worried about the linemen. I think we're pretty set on that right now. We can take a look before we get into the draft, though, or into free agency. Kirk Cousins is still our starting quarterback. I'm not looking for him to stay here much longer. Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, who they traded. Oh, no, they released him. I might just trade him. I'm acting as if I'm starting as the Vikings this offseason. I want to get some value out of him. They can release him all they want in real life, but I'm going to get some value out of him. Cameron Dantzler, Patrick Peterson is probably on his way out. We don't have a free safety. We do, but he's injured. Daniil Hunter is our left outside linebacker. Zadarius Smith. We need a right end. That's probably why they have us taking Ndike. What? Ndike Uzuma at the right end position. That would probably be ideal. I would like to get a QB, but I don't think that's going to be in this draft. We have a right tackle, but he's injured, so he'll probably be back before the season. I think what I'm going to do is pack up Adam Thielen and Dalvin Cook at some point this offseason. I'm pretty sure Dalvin still has a pretty hefty contract going into next year, and I'm not trying to pay all that. I do want to try to get Alexander Madison back as best as possible. 15.6 in 2024 is insane for a running back that's getting into his 30s, I think, right? He's like 29 at the moment. No, 28, but still. I mean, ugh. I think I'll trade him at some point. Maybe not this year. Maybe I'll let it rock this year, see how he does. And if he drops a development trait, he's definitely on his way out. But our line's pretty set. Right guard could be something we look after in the draft. Defense is pretty set as well. I'm more doing this for the fact that once it gets to next year or so, Kirk Cousins is going to fall off. All these players are going to end up not doing that well. The only two that will probably stay on the team long term is Justin Jefferson and TJ Hawkinson. Everybody else is kind of up in the air. Danielle Hunter keeps going down because he's getting older. Zadarius Smith, the same thing. Yeah, it's more of a deeper rebuild than anything. This isn't like a fast one. Even if we do win it at some point in these playoffs, I'm not going to be stopping it if it's less than 3 years. This isn't the deepest free agency for us necessarily. We can't really do much here in terms of the players that we can get to fill in the positions that we need. Right ends are very slim. I'm not paying for the right ends that they have here. Patrick Peterson, I want him to come back on a 1-year deal. Tommy Townsend and Evan McPherson is just to put in the special teams room and not have to worry about them for a while. Our punters are 70 overall, and we don't have a kicker. So we need to get both of those as soon as possible. And Nate Davis is somebody that I wanted to get, but I'm not overpaying him like the Lions probably are right now. So I am hoping that he still ends up agreeing to our offer anyways. Everybody decides, and it's only Tommy and Evan McPherson. Where Patrick Peterson went to the Commanders. So we lost out on the cornerback. I tried to get Jermon Jones, but the Texans were already going to get that. We got the special teams, and that's it. That's it. That's all we got. All we got was special teams. All right, and we're just trying to get Marcus Peters to fill out the cornerback room for right now. And he decides, and he's not coming to the team. Jesus. All right, my last try, Jason Verrett. Please come to the team so I don't have to worry about the cornerback room this year. Last evaluation, and he ends up coming to the team. All right, so we're solid right now. We're solid right now with what we have. 16 mil, we'll go into next year with that because we can't really do much this free agency. We really can't. We really can't. We have a pretty set team right now. I'm planning on trading Adam Thielen for a pick or two, maybe, if I'm able to get something. Free safety needs to come back in kind. It's an interesting one. It's definitely an interesting one. Oh, Andrew Booth. We have Andrew Booth Jr. I forgot about that. Okay, so to generate the best rosters so that it doesn't look as bad, I guess it's Jason Verrett is also injured. I keep forgetting that. Every single time I sign Jason Verrett, I forget that he's injured. And I play on the setting that it starts where it goes so that we can start in the offseason. And we will go ahead and jump into the NFL draft at the 24th pick. We're going to go ahead and simulate forward. I'm already well aware of the different picks in this draft as Kalijah Cansey goes to the Ravens. That was a possibility at one point if he didn't get taken by the Bucs at the 19th pick. Emmanuel Forbes, Zay Flowers, and Jordan Addison are here. Deep threat, solid, almost everything. A catching traffic, A catching a deep route, B short route. I think he would be great alongside Justin Jefferson. I don't see any of the top right guards here. Maybe we get Jahmyr Gibbs. Maybe not. Maybe I wait on the halfback. Wait to trade Dalvin Cook until probably next year at the midseason mark if I really need to. Yeah, I don't like Emmanuel Forbes either. I think I'm just going to go Jordan Addison to pair him alongside Justin Jefferson like they did in real life. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea of those two being together. Jordan Addison was spoken about like a very good wide receiver too. He doesn't have a lot of the traits that you would want in a wide receiver 1, but he can definitely be a wide receiver 2. Hopefully he becomes a wide receiver 1 at some point. But he's going to come to our team as a hidden development. 90 speed, 87 change of direction, 87 agility, 90 acceleration out of USC, a Trojan. Well, I have quickly realized that we do not have a second round pick, so we're going to be simulating to the 3rd round because I cannot trade for a second round pick right now because the Vikings have basically traded almost everything away. I think I'm going to go cornerback here, and the best one on the board, even though he is 5'9", is Clark Phillips III. Physicals look decent. Skills, B zone coverage, B tackle, B catching. It's just everybody else is like Keely Ringo, who can only really catch the ball as a cornerback. He's almost like a Trayvon Diggs, but not Trayvon Diggs, just a lot worse. Gonna have to get him. Normal development. 89 speed, 91 acceleration, 80 jumping. Chandler Zavilla out of NC State. I think I read a little bit about him. A, impact blocking, B, run block power, F, stamina. But he has some good physicals with elite jumping. Did pretty well with strength. Gonna take a chance on the right guard here. Normal development. Oh, oops. 87 strength, 80 jumping. I had to take a chance. There's no right ends right now that are really worth it, so I wanted to try to get a right guard. Taking a chance on a right end here. A power rusher who seems to have some potential. First in bench press in the class, Tyler Lacey, B tackle, B impact block, has A to C pursuit, B to D power moves, B to D play recognition, A to C block shedding. Hopefully he's good. Normal development and 87 strength, and that's about it. And at the start of the season, doesn't seem like Zavilla was worth the pick with a 66 overall. But Jordan Addison is the wide receiver 4 for right now. I forgot to trade Adam Thielen in a draft, but I think his contract's about to be up anyways. So I'll trade him for maybe a second round pick. 33 years old. I did not realize he was that old. Yeah, 20 mil is insane. 20 mil is absolutely absurd. I plan on trading him, having KJ Osborne as my wide receiver 2, and then Jordan Addison as my wide receiver 3. Very young core of wide receivers, but other than that, we need to find a QB probably in the next draft. Kine is back. Harrison Smith, Andrew Booth Jr., Clark Phillips. Jason Verrett needs to come back, but he has 2 more weeks, so we'll see how he ends up coming back. Defensive tackle might be a position we need to look for in the future, but our middle linebackers look fine. Eric Kendricks, I think he got released by the Vikings, so I think they're trying to go a different route, basically a younger route, really. But I'm going to go ahead and trade Adam Thielen and then get to the midseason mark and see how this team does. All right, we are trading Adam Thielen in a 6th-round pick for the Chiefs' 1st-round pick. I could care less about Adam Thielen going to the Chiefs, as I accidentally stopped recording. That's 20 mil on their salary cap that they're not going to be able to get off for another year, and I doubt that they're going to trade him again. So we're getting their 1st-round pick this year. Getting an extra one right now. I like the looks of that. I like the feel of that. And now we do have KJ Osborne as a wide receiver 2, I'm pretty sure. And then Jordan Addison as a wide receiver 3. Yep. And it looks pretty solid for right now. We'll see how our record is at the midseason mark and see if we end up trading Dalvin Cook. And at the midseason mark, we are 0-7. Okay. Dalvin Cook is still a 90. Don't quite understand how we're 0-7. We haven't won a single game the entire season. We might have to pack up Dalvin Cook this season. I won't lie to you. It might be that time. It just might be that time. Because maybe we go full tank. Maybe we do go full tank. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. I think it is. Because I'm not trying to waste my salary cap space, nor am I trying to waste my time. If the Vikings end up having this type of season next year, I would want them to tank as well, because there's no way I would sit through this either. Ooh, it looks like we're going to have to pack up Dalvin. All right, and we are sending Dalvin Cook to the Commanders with a 6th and a 5th round pick for their first overall pick. Trying to send him to a team that won't get too much better without him. So I had to pick my battles. But now we have to trade the one and only Kirk Cousins because I don't want his contract on my team. Oh, wait, no. I'll just deal with this contract. We're not going to completely tank to the point that we're 0 whatever at that point, 0-17. We have a 56 overall quarterback behind him. I'm not going to make y'all sit through that, but we're going to look at the players ready to negotiate before we get into the stats and awards. Justin Jefferson and TJ and Danielle Hunter. Oh, that's why they got rid of Eric Kendricks, because he's 31 and his contract is about to be up. These three have to be on the team. These three have to be on the team again. There's no way. Neutral deal, Justin? Excited to sign such a great offer. Love that from you. Love that from you because we get to use this money on TJ Hawkinson. That's exactly the offer that he wants. We keep our tight end and wide receiver. Now we are looking to keep our left outside linebacker who wants to stay on the team. Happy to sign with the organization. I'm happy you're signing too. Eric Kendricks, Dalvin Tomlinson, Kirk Cousins, you're not coming back. Jordan Hicks. Cameron Dantzler? I thought he just got drafted by them. I want to keep him. 24 years old, need a bigger offer. All right, guess you're not getting it. KJ Osborne, CJ Ham, players that we can't negotiate with yet. Might pack up Eric Kendricks. I'll do this for 1 year. Perfect. Okay, so we keep Eric Kendricks for 1 more year. He's getting to 32. I want to be able to have at least one middle linebacker. Not planning on signing Dalvin Tomlinson. Jordan Hicks also getting to that age. I don't want to have to worry about middle linebackers. I really don't. Sign him to 1 year deals. This offer's perfect. We'll keep the 1 year deals going for the middle linebackers right now. We have 50 mil left, but we did try to negotiate with a few other players. We're going to look at his stats, though, see how bad everybody was. Oh, I should have seen it before I packed up Dalvin Cook. But 29th in offensive yards and 31st in defensive. 1,500 yards, 10 TDs, and 2 interceptions for him. Clearly, Dalvin Cook was going to have the majority of this, but we don't have him anymore. Justin Jefferson with 546 yards and 3 TDs. KJ Osborne, 404 TDs. Defense, Eric Kendricks has the most tackles. TFLs goes to Danielle Hunter with 11, Tomlinson with 8, Phillips with 5. Sacks, Zadarius Smith has 3, Phillips has 2, and Hunter has 1.5. Jordan Hicks has 2 interceptions. Harrison Smith has 2 interceptions, and Danielle Hunter has 1. Okay, so yeah, we're on the projection of going down, and I hope we keep going down because I am more worried about getting a top pick in this draft. We have 3 first-round picks to work with. Jake Strong, that sounds like a name that I've heard before on these auto-generated draft classes. Not surprised that they ended up using the same one again. Ooh, Johnny Knox. Jake Strong seems like he'll be okay. He has a strong arm. Well, he's almost elite in those, but he has D short accuracy. I passed up on somebody that had low short accuracy one time, and it ended up screwing me in the long run. John McCraw. I don't know why I said McCrary. Improviser, 6'2", could have some elite traits. A to C short accuracy. It really just depends on that right now. It really does. Everything else looks fine. I mean, medium accuracy does not look that great from him. Another Vikings pick. This is a Chiefs pick. They have us taking another middle linebacker. I could see it. I definitely could, but now we're at a point that we need a halfback, and looking for a halfback might be ideal, but we'll probably look for that closer to the draft and see if we're able to find one. A diamond in the rough, really, but we'll simulate to the end of the season, hopefully with one of the worst records in the league. And at the end of the season, we did go 3-14, exactly what I was looking for from this team. Good job, boys. Stats and awards, 26 in offensive yards. I'm glad Kirk Cousins is not going to be wearing a Vikings uniform for the foreseeable future. 32nd in defensive. Nwangwu, 4,500 yards, 31 TDs, and 5 interceptions. Wasn't bad, but he's gone. Nwangwu got 363 yards with the remainder of the season with 1 TD. Receiving, Justin Jefferson, of course, having another good season. 1,500 yards, 12 TDs. KJ Osborne had 1,200 yards and 10 TDs as he is up for a contract this offseason. Jordan Addison was 783 and 4 TDs. And TJ Hawkinson doing TJ Hawkinson things. Eric Kendricks has the most tackles with 154. Zadarius Smith has 17 TFLs. Phillips has 15 TFLs. And Hunter has 14. Let me slow down. Smith has 8 sacks. Phillips has 7. And Hunter has 6. Kendricks has 3 interceptions. Dantzler Sr. has 3. And Smith has 3 as well. Dantzler did not want to come back to the team this offseason. I'm sure he won't want to again since we are tanking. But 35.8 mil. That is not correct, so we'll see what our cap is after we sim to the offseason. And at the end of the 2023 season, Anthony Richardson on the Bucks wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Patrick Mahomes beats the Eagles, so that first-round pick is the 32nd pick in the draft. And that's really about it. That is really about it. Aaron Donald winning another Defensive Player of the Year is absolutely insane to me. Sidney Brown winning Strong Safety of the Year. Oh my gosh. Defensive Rookie of the Year. And now we get to simulate to the time of re-signing players. And it seems like Strong jumped over McCraw. I can never say the name right. We have 93.1 mil in cap room. Did somebody retire on our team? Because they had to be. Harrison Smith has retired. So that makes the whole team basically just, oh my gosh, ow, ugh. Well, Dalvin Tomlinson will not be coming back to the team. Kirk Cousins, you can kick rocks. Jason Verrett, you didn't do anything. Cameron Dantzler and KJ Osborne is probably who I want to keep. The less that I have to worry about these positions, the better. And I would like to play for a new team next year. Kick rocks, boy. KJ Osborne, if you can come back, that would be fantastic. Player-friendly deal. Thanks for the offer, but I'm just not interested in signing. Kick rocks. Ezra Cleveland would be great to keep on the team. 3-year deal. Wow. Nobody wants to come back to the Vikings. I don't blame them. I don't blame him. CJ Ham has regressed a lot, so I don't plan on re-signing him either. 93 mil to deal with for this offseason. We got a lot. We got a lot to deal with in terms of the team. It's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy to say the least. Mock draft. I think we're the #1 pick in the draft, but this man is supposed to be only a round 1. Where's McCraw? Where is McCraw? That he just like round 1 to 2 talents. So these QBs aren't even that good. So I could go another year without getting a QB because I'm not trying to just get a round 1 talent. That means he's going to be an 80 overall for like the next 3 years. I'm not doing that. There's no way. I'm going to get value out of this. They have me taking a halfback at the A spot. I wouldn't mind that because we need a halfback. Morgan Hollowman. Wow, there's some names on this game. Elusive back. Could be elite jumping, A spin move, A break tackle, A ball carrier vision, B catching. Could be very good. Could be the next Dalvin Cook on our team. Our other pick is the 32nd one, so I'm assuming that's going to be like a right end or something. Oh, they have us taking 2 QBs because that makes so much sense, Madden. Idiots. Absolute idiots at Madden. I swear. That's why you guys are losing FIFA at EA Sports. Carl Booker has been the #1 prospect this entire time. A spectacular catch, A release, A catch in traffic, B catching, B medium route. See, this would be a very Vikings move to just take a wide receiver when you don't really need to. I think having that room of just straight wide receivers would be amazing. Morgan Hollowman is supposed to go at the 8th pick, so that's not a bad thing for us. Oh, we just have to figure out what we really need. We need a right end defensive tackle, strong safety. Strong safety, let's see how deep that is. Shaquille Best is supposed to go at the end of the first. Dillian Winters looks pretty good if going round 2 to 3. We do have a second round pick. His physicals don't look too crazy. A hit power, A pursuit, B block shedding. Is he hybrid? Run support. Okay. Okay. Not horrible. Not horrible. 2 run support ones going in round 2 to 3. I wouldn't mind it. Losing Harrison Smith and then going to a run support strong safety might be kind of not what you're going for, really. That hybrid wasn't that great. I'm not planning to, unless he drops to me, really. If he drops to me, I'll probably take him. But he also doesn't look that great. I'm going to star these guys right here just to make sure I don't lose track of them. The halfback, I really do want to get Morgan Holloman. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be fantastic. I don't plan on taking a QB. I think I'm just going to sign a QB in this upcoming free agency. Just enough to do something this season. I'm not planning to have him longer than 1 season just because I don't like this draft class. I'm not planning on dealing with this draft class. Right end would be something that I look for because we are slim there. Middle linebacker also, I mean, we have Eric Kendricks and Hicks, so I don't understand why we would need to worry about that. Eric Carson, since we do have the first pick in the second round, could be somebody that we go for as well. A play recognition, A block shedding, B power moves. Not horrible. Not horrible at all. Defensive tackle, another one that we could look after. This is all in the circumstance that we're not able to get the right players in free agency. I plan on getting a defensive tackle in free agency. A tackle, B block shedding, B power moves, B awareness. I think I'll be able to find a defensive tackle in free agency. I'm not too concerned about that. Cornerback is going to have to be one of the priorities as well. If Joey Bosa is finally in this free agency, I've had like 5-6 straight rebuilds that he hasn't been in it. If he's in it, I am going after him and I'm dropping the bag on Joey Bosa. But we're going to go ahead and get to the free agency and I'll show you who I end up trying to sign. And the first day of free agency, we were trying to go after Nick Bosa. We're the top one. We're the top one, and I'm looking for him to come to Minnesota. Shaq Mason at right guard, Jimmy Ward at strong safety, Ed Oliver at defensive tackle, and Ezra Cleveland at left guard to get him back. Ed Oliver to fill in the defensive tackle position because we don't have one. Jimmy Ward, I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting a strong safety in this draft. Shaq Mason, right guard, just to fill it out. And Nick Bosa, of course, obviously, Nick Bosa. So everybody decides, and Nick Bosa comes to the team, Ezra Cleveland and Jimmy Ward. So Shaq Mason and Ed Oliver went to other teams for some reason. Not sure why, not sure how, but we still have a good amount of money to distribute. What is going on with my languages right now? You know, we might just go full rebuild for this season. I know we did just get Joey Bosa for 6 years. Looking forward to those 6 years, but I really don't see anything else that we can get. I mean, QB will probably draft later in the draft, see if we're able to find a diamond in the rough, really. But I'm not trying to sign anybody for $5 million or whatever, just deal with them and all that stuff. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not. Defense looks solid. I think we're going to be good for right now. Cornerbacks, I'm not signing one-year deals with a bunch of guys that don't really deserve it. We're going to let our young guys develop. Andrew Booth is going to be the CB1 of the team, and Jimmy Ward is our strong safety for right now. It looks like a rebuild team. We're going to rebuild for about a year. We do have the first overall pick in this draft, so we have the combine results. I'll take a look at that, and I'll see you in the draft. And as we start the draft, we are the number 1 pick, so we get our choice of whoever we want, and I'm not going to be picking a QB. I'm going to be picking a wide receiver that hopefully is the top 5 projection that they say he is, because these guys just keep getting lower and lower, and I'm not trying to risk myself on any of these quarterbacks right now. I'm going to take a chance on Carl Booker. Physical, out of Auburn, A release, A catching traffic, B catching. Physicals look solid. I mean, he could be faster or better at change of direction, but he's a physical wide receiver. Hidden development, 90 jumping, 89 speed, 90 acceleration, 6'3", 220 out of Auburn. I'm looking forward to him being alongside Justin Jefferson, who's more of a route runner. Why are you taking a halfback if you have Najee Harris on your team? That makes no sense. I'm going to trade down. I really thought that I was going to be able to get Morgan Holloman. There's no point of me being here at this pick just because it's not worth it for me. It really isn't. I need a 2024 pick. That's a pretty good one from the Saints, just so I can get next year's picks. I would like a 2024 first and a 2024. I think I'm going to take the Saints one. The Saints one seems pretty ideal. We'll scope it out, but if anything, we trade down again, get some more picks, and yeah, I like trading down to the 10th pick for some picks next year. Done deal. Let's get it to the office. Saints are on the board. They're going to go ahead and take a wide receiver that we didn't need because we got one at the first pick, and Luke Nance goes to the Bucks at the 9th pick. Go ahead and take a look again. I really don't think that we want anything right now. I'm really not trying to get a QB right now. They're not worth it. I'm not trying to waste my pick on that. Maybe if I can trade down just a little bit more and get Quentin McCain, but still be able to get some more value out of this pick, that would be solid. This is basically the ideal one for me from Detroit. Trading down to the 11th pick, we get another 3rd round pick next year, 7th round pick this year. Hopefully they don't take my guard. If they do, then I'm really screwed. Simulating another pick, and they took my guard. Fuck me, man. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna trade down anymore. I got the picks that I wanted. I'm gonna take a left tackle. Darisaw is only an 80 overall, and I don't expect him to develop much. Deion Cook. We looked through it a little bit, but his physicals look solid. His skills look good. A lead block, A injury, B stamina, B pass block power, B A awareness. Oh my gosh. We are not having a good draft right now. We can take a strong safety here. Would be the most ideal. Defensive tackle still isn't a position that we can really get here. Yeah, we can take Shaquille Best right now. Hybrid. The best one in the draft. Gonna go ahead and take him. Normal development. Quincy Wiley. I'm a bit iffy on. Physicals look okay. His stats look okay. We need a defensive tackle regardless. I didn't sign one. We'll take a chance. Hidden development. See, the time that I think that he's not going to be good, that's not the same player model. That is not the same player model. 90 strength, 81 acceleration. I want to get Zach Duffy just because of his name. right now. I'm very tempted. I mean, he doesn't have the greatest stats in the world, but he will be a hell of a backup with that Duffy name right there. Field General Zach Duffy coming to the team. Hidden development. What? Like, I mean, I should have expected it with a name like that. Number 1, 89 throw power. I mean, he can develop. We'll see. We'll go ahead and take this cornerback, a zone cornerback. He's fallen from round 1 and 2. I think he's fallen a little bit too far at this point. B zone coverage. C basically everything else. Could be some good stats in there. Dante Peterson. Just a fill-in for us at this point. I wanted to take a chance on a projected higher cornerback. And at the start of the season, Booker was an 80 overall, and he's hidden development. That's going to be good for us. That's definitely going to be good. Cook was only a 73. What a waste of a pick. Jordan Addison is going to be a wide receiver 3. Duffy. Zach Duffy. The 67 overall hidden development QB is going to be our starting QB for this season. Taysom Hill was signed by the CPU, but he's not getting any minutes with Zach Duffy at QB1. TJ Hawkinson is a 92. And Wiley was a 71 overall. Okay, well, Peterson was a 72, so that's not horrible. Really a rebuild year. Really a rebuild year. Daniil Hunter has went down the star, not surprising. Phillips is an 81. Nick Bosa is a 99. Yeah, I'm pretty set with this right now. I am pretty set with this right now. I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the midseason mark and see how we do. And at the midseason mark, we are 3-3. We're going to take a look at the roster first just to see if anybody's developed, really. Duffy is a star development 69 overall. Booker's an 82 and could possibly get better. If we have a wide receiver core of Justin Jefferson, Booker, and Jordan Addison and just keep that for the foreseeable future, that would be amazing. Defensive, Wiley's up to a 74, so that's good for us. Andrew Booth is a 75. Cornerback room's fine. Defense is fine. Really just looking for a QB in the next draft, but going 3-3 right now might look like we're not going to be able to do it. We'll take a look at the stats and awards, though. See how the offense is doing. 25th in offensive yards is not bad with Zach Duffy at QB1. First in defensive yards. Wow. 1,800 yards, 10 TDs, and 6 interceptions. Kenny Nwangwu, 242 yards and 3 TDs. Receiving, Justin Jefferson has 686 and 7. Carl Booker has 377 yards and no TDs. Jordan Addison has 366. Defense, Jordan Hicks has the most tackles. Phillips has 7 TFLs. Hicks has 6 TFLs. And Wiley has 6. Sacks, Smith has 6. Bosa has 4.5. And Phillips has 3. Bosa, I haven't seen much of Bosa yet. Eric Kendricks, 2 interceptions. Jimmy Ward, 1. Hicks, 1. Andrew Booth, 1. Not bad. Not bad just yet. Could be better, but we're not trying to be that good this soon because we don't have a QB yet. We would like to get a QB in this next draft, but I'm also not going to force it in terms of trying to tank. But we will take a look at who is ready to negotiate, see if there's any pivotal players. 91 mil. Zadarius Smith, Jimmy Ward, Christian Darrisaw, Harrison Phillips, Garrett Bradbury would be good to keep. I would like to keep the lineman, and that's about it. I think that's all I'm comfortable keeping right now on the team. This would be great. 75 mil left. Could find a better team. We'll see how that goes in free agency. I'll try to get you again. And Bradbury for a 3-year deal. Excited to sign such a great offer to keep our center on the team. 67 mil left after trying to negotiate with 2 people. Harrison Phillips, left end. I think I'll wait it out on him. See if we're able to find another left end or just re-sign him in free agency. But I don't plan on signing Zadarius Smith for his age 31 season now. He wants a 3-year contract, 22.7 mil. He's an 87 overall, still superstar X Factor. I'll see how he is at the end of the season and then go about it. But I'm not going to waste my money now and then see him regress. We'll take a look at the draft and see if the QBs are any better this year. And there is a QB at the top. He looks pretty good. Warren Westerman. Okay. Physicals look solid. The stats look solid too. That just might be our solution for the future right now. JJ Lacey is who they have us taking with the left end position. But I could trade into the first round with the 3rd round picks that I have. It just depends. It just depends on how much they would need for a first rounder. Yeah, they're asking for a little bit too much right now. Might do it later on if there ends up being a halfback in the first round. It's a bit up in the air, but we're going to simulate to the end of the season and see how the team finishes off after being 3-3 at the midseason mark. And at the end of the season, we end with a 9-8 record. That doesn't give us the best draft spot in the world. Stats and awards, though. 29th in offensive yards. It seems like our defense really showed up. I probably should have traded Zadarius Smith when I had the chance. 11th in defensive. 4,700 yards, 36 TDs, and 12 interceptions. Zach Duffy looks pretty good. maybe we don't trade him. 600, or maybe we don't draft a quarterback. 611 yards and 4 TDs for our running back. That's what we need to be replacing. 1,500 yards and 15 TDs for Justin Jefferson, and our rookie almost got 1,000 with 5 TDs. Defense, Eric Kendricks has the most TFLs. Bosa has 17. He picked it up. Wiley has 14, and Phillips has 12. Sacks, Bosa also has 13.5. Smith has 12, and Hunter has 6. Interceptions, Kendricks has 3. Phillips has 3. Hicks has 2. Okay, so. Ooh. I wish I would have traded Zadarius Smith when I had the chance, to be honest with you. Halfback is definitely a concern for this offseason. Caleb Williams seems like one of the best ones here. But, well, we can look at if Duffy developed at all. Because if he did, that would... 74 overall. Maybe we let Duffy ride. Maybe we let Duffy ride. Because he's doing good. We can keep these picks. We can draft the positions that we need. Let Duffy do his thing. Wiley is a superstar. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let Duffy do his thing. We got a gem in the late rounds. I was strictly getting him for his name because he's in his Duffy. But we're going to simulate to the offseason, see all the awards, and see what we can do in free agency. At the end of the 2024 season, the Cardinals beat the Raiders with Kyler Murray. Huh. None of our players won any awards, even though it said that Nick Bosa was a award winner, but okay. Very interesting. Very interesting thing we have going on here. I'm intrigued by what we can do this offseason now that we kind of are set on just keeping Duffy for another season and building around him. If he doesn't do well next season, then we might draft one. But it all just depends. He had a winning record this season. Players ready to negotiate. Zadarius Smith is still a superstar X Factor, but he's down to an 84 overall, but not as expensive as before. Something to consider. Christian Darrisaw, the man that I wanted to keep on the team before. Gonna give him the same deal I tried to give him before. Excited to sign such a great offer. Just keep our tackles right now. Keep our tackles. Might try to get this man right here. Drop it down to a 1-year deal. I enjoyed playing for you. That's fine. You can go to another team. I'm not overpaying you. Eric Kendricks and Jordan Hicks are down to low 70s, so they won't be coming back. 88 million plus because I think it's a little more. I want to see what pick in the draft we have because it depends. It definitely depends. The QB is supposed to go number 1 because he is a top 5 talent. Wow. Okay, well, we are the 17th overall pick, and they have us taking Caleb Williams. Receiving back. Looks solid. It's very up in the air with how well he's going to do. It's very up in the air with how well he's going to do. I could just trade up to the number 1 overall pick and get the top 5 talent that is Warren Westerman. I want to give Duffy a shot. I do want to give Duffy a shot. Or do I just stick with the halfback, see how the halfback is, and then worry about quarterback in the next draft? Because there's only that one quarterback that seems pretty good in this one. I don't see much else in terms of the quarterback position. Yeah, the next one is later on, and he's around 2 to 3 talents. So, I mean, it depends how the physicals go in terms of the combine and everything. Really just depends on that, but we're going to go into free agency, possibly look at the combine results, but also look at what we can do in free agency. And at the first day of free agency, Javon Holland and Jalen Phillips. We're about to turn into the Minnesota Dolphins with this one, if we're able to get both. Javon Holland at free safety. Our free safety is okay. I'm just not too crazy about him. Right outside linebacker, we're losing Zadarius Smith. We're also losing to the Raiders in the top offers, but we'll see what he ends up deciding doing. Cameron Hayward is to fill in for that left end position. I don't really care who ends up at the left end position. Just one of them has to be at one of the defensive ends. Nate Hobbs at the cornerback position. We've been like we've had 2 cornerbacks that have been solid, and then that's about it. And a right guard that we haven't been able to get for a while to fill out the offensive line. There is Kyle Pitts, there is Chris Godwin, there is Joe Mixon. I don't want to pay Joe Mixon. I could get him on a 1-year deal, but there's no point at that whenever I can get a halfback in the draft. So we're going to evaluate these offers, and they all decide. And only Cameron Hayward and Nate Hobbs comes to the team. Javon goes to the Saints. Jalen goes to... Not even the right guard came to the team. That is insane. That is insane to me. Wow. Wow. Seems like we're going to run with this squad again. Ooh, Booker was only a star development player, but he's an 83, so he could develop even more. Wiley's down to star. Yeah. Oh, middle linebackers. I would need to get middle linebackers. I think that's what I have to do right now. All right, 2 1-year deal middle linebackers just to get them in onto the team. Cunningham and Tranquil will come to the team. So, bridge players, not sure if we're going to be able to find some in the drafts. 1-year deals that I'm not too concerned about when it comes to next season. I'm not planning on signing them next season. Right guard is a priority in this draft. Duffy is up to a 73. Well, 71 without morale, but probably 73 with those upgrade points. Defense still looks solid. I mean, Best just needs to get better. Kine is down to normal development. Okay. Yeah, I tried to get Javon Holland to replace him, but clearly I wasn't able to. So now I have to look at the draft and see if it's worth going up or we just stick and pick with the halfback position. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with my picks right now. I'm probably going to take the halfback. Hopefully he's there. If not, could take defense, but preferably I would like to get the halfback. Warren Westerman is quite literally the only QB that's worth taking in that list. And to trade up to the first overall pick so I can be able to get him, that's just a lot of assets that I'm not trying to give up. So we're going to simulate to the draft and go ahead and pick the positions that we need. And we will go ahead and simulate to our 17th overall pick. Not waiting for anybody to make their picks. Cole Pickett has been taken the pick before us. And Caleb Williams is here. He is here. His physicals look solid. Elite jumping, great speed, great change of direction. Beat trucking. He's a receiving back, so he's going to be okay in terms of the after the catch type of things. But 5'8", pretty small, 209. We're going to give him a chance at the middle of the first round. Caleb Williams, normal development. 93 speed, 94 acceleration, 89 change of direction, and 91 agility. Hopefully he's a high overall. And we're going to try to go with the right guard here again. Pass protector, 6'5", 300 pounds. Physicals look solid for a right guard. A pass block, A awareness. That's what I'm worried about. Hidden development, 86 strength, 80 acceleration. So he will fill into the line very nicely ahead of our starter right now. And the middle linebacker that I was hoping would drop here is here. Physicals are pretty solid amongst his peers at the middle linebacker position. Not bad in terms of his stats for what he is. He's a field general. So he's not going to have finesse moves. He's not going to have pursuit, but he has B-man coverage. He can have B to D zone coverage. We're going to take a chance on him. Normal development. 3rd round pick. We are looking for a right outside linebacker to replace Zadarius Smith. It's going to be difficult to find, but we need to find it regardless. Physicals, elite speed. I'm assuming he's pass coverage out of Alabama. B-man coverage. Not the greatest hit power in the world. A to C zone coverage. I'm taking a chance on him. Normal development again. Oh my goodness. And at the start of the regular season, Duffy has another season to develop. Williams was a 76 overall, so he might be good. I think I thought about it. Harper was a 69 overall. Michaels, 74 overall. Not sure why he's playing at the left guard when he's right guard position. The wide receiver room looks solid. Defense looks solid as well. Looks as best as it's going to be for right now. We have to see how we do this season. I tried to get a right outside linebacker to replace this, but didn't end up panning out. So we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season, not end of the season, to the middle of the season, and see how this team does the way it is. And at the mid-season mark, we are 3-4. 13th in offensive yards. Doesn't seem like Zach Duffy has slowed down. 29th in defensive yards. Wow, Zach Duffy, look at you. 2,000 yards, 17 TDs, and 3 interceptions. Caleb Williams with 300 yards and 2 TDs. Receiving, Justin Jefferson has 648 and 4 TDs. Jordan Addison has 505 TDs, and Booker has 444 with 3 TDs. Defense, Tranquil has the most tackles. TFLs, Bosa has 8, Wiley has 6, and Hayward has 3. Bosa has 5.5 sacks. Hayward has 2, and Wiley has 1. Interceptions, Best has 1, Hunter has 1, Booth has 1, and Evans has 1. Okay, so not bad at the midseason mark, 3-4. We'll take a look at the players ready to negotiate before we get into all the things of the lineup. Cameron Hayward, you're not coming back. Evan McPherson could be coming back. I'm assuming Tommy Townsend is also off his contract. No, okay, never mind. Why? Oh, I thought I saw Jalen Reagor. I definitely did not try to re-sign him at all. We're going to try to sign Andrew Booth Jr. for another deal, 4-year deal. Need a bigger offer to overcome the team not being a fit. We'll see how that goes at the end of the season. Lewis Kine, not too convinced on you. I want to keep my kicker, though, for the foreseeable future. 4 more years of Evan McPherson. I really don't know about Lewis Kine. I really don't. Cameron Hayward can walk. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, and it's not like I can get much trade value out of it, so I can't just pack them up for picks. But the lineup, Duffy is stuck at a 74, and Williams is a 75. They finally put Michaels at right guard, so that's great for us. Wide receiver still looks solid. I'm using the wrong buttons. Defense still looks solid too. I mean, you don't... For a rebuilding team, this doesn't get much better than this. Strong safety, free safety need help. So does right outside linebacker. Offense is really just a quarterback, maybe halfback. I tried to not sign a halfback last season. I might have to bite the bullet on this season. But we are going to look at the mock draft and see if there's any quarterbacks in this one. And it doesn't seem like it. Oh, Lord. Clyde Wilkins, but he's dropping out of the top 10, but he's a top 5 projection. There's another one that's top 5, Jerry Rutland. I guess we're just going to have to see how they do throughout the season, really. Not much to base off of right now. But we're going to simulate to the end of the season, hopefully not winning as many games, but if we do, gotta do what we do. And at the end of the season, we finished 7-10. So not as good as last season, but it's a better spot for the draft, hopefully in the top 10. 15th in offensive yards. Zach Duffy still doing well. 30th in defensive. He actually had the most passing yards in the league. 5,200 yards, 37 TDs, and 11 interceptions. Caleb Williams had 649 yards and 7 TDs. I tried to go and draft a halfback, but it's difficult. 1,500 yards and 9 TDs for Justin Jefferson. Booker had 1,305 TDs, and Addison had 1,109 TDs. Wow, that receiving core is insane. Middle linebacker, of course, has the most tackles. Bosa had 14 TFLs. Wiley had 13, and Hayward had 9. Bosa had 11.5 sacks. Hayward had 7, and Hunter had 3.5. And Best had 3 interceptions. Tranquil had 2, Booth had 2, and Asamo had 2 as well. Okay, so we have a bit of a situation to handle this season. We have to see who all really develop. We can go ahead and take a look at that. Maybe Duffy developed more. 77 overall. Do we just keep hoping that Duffy keeps getting better? Because he seems like he's just going to keep getting better. Right outside linebacker is a bit more of a need than quarterback right now. It depends. It depends how the draft falls. I won't trade. I won't trade up. I won't move. I'm going to let it rock. If Duffy keeps playing like this, I'm not mad. And at the end of the 2025 season, The Bengals lose to the Cardinals, and the Cardinals go back-to-back. Warren Westerman wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, and none of our players won any awards. Brandon Ayuk is on the Giants now. Very interesting. But, okay, so now we have to go to the re-signing period for our players. I don't think we have much to re-sign at the moment in terms of important positions. I'm hoping I don't have to spend that much because I still have $90 million in cap room for this free agency. And players ready to negotiate. We'll go ahead and take a look again. Cameron Hayward keeps progressing. Kine is up to a 78, but I'm just not convinced on him. Andrew Booth is really the only man that I want to keep on the team, to be honest with you. Player-friendly deal. I can't do much better. Appreciate the offer, but I'm going to test out free agency. You can go ahead and do that, buddy. Tranquil is still the same overall, but I'm still not going to sign him. Yeah, we have 91 mil to go into free agency with. We could get Andrew Booth back if we really wanted to. We'll take a look at the mock draft before we get into free agency, though, just to see where we are in the draft. And we are the 10th overall pick, and they have us taking a left end. Clyde Wilkins is still falling out the top 10, but because he's around 1 to 2 talents, doesn't seem like the QBs in this draft are that good either. So maybe, just maybe, we keep riding the wave of the man himself, Zach Duffy. And the first set of negotiations, I'm giving my fair shot at Garrett Wilson, even though basically half the league is trying to get him. Isaiah Pacheco at a halfback, Kyle Hamilton at strong safety, Cole Holcomb, and Cody Barton at middle linebacker. Nothing much to say about it, just positions that we need to get better at. Except for Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's the only one that I'm not too crazy about. And we don't get Holcomb. Pacheco and Hamilton come to the team. So Garrett Wilson goes to the Packers, surprisingly enough. Who else did we try to get? Holcomb. He went to the Broncos. I tried to get Karlaftis at one point for the left end position. He didn't even want to come here at all. Wow. Okay, well, that makes my life a little harder. Hopefully he ends up accepting. He does not. Fantastic. Woo! That's exactly what I wanted to go into this season with no middle linebackers. Yep. All right, 2 more signings just to fill in the positions. Middle linebacker, and Rashaan Evans does not accept it, but we get Eric Armstead at the defensive tackle position, because I have a plan to run 4-3, because there's clearly not enough middle linebackers for me to get. I do not want Anthony Walker on a 2-year deal. 1 year, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. At that point, I'll just draft a middle linebacker in a draft and hope that he's pretty good. But not horrible right now. Not horrible. And in the draft, we are at the 10th overall pick, so we're just going to go ahead and simulate forward. Not worry about everybody else. Ed Mooney goes to the Buffalo Bills at the wide receiver position out of Alabama. Okay. Could take QB. That's a chance. But I think I'm going to take left end. Dontrell Simon looks pretty good. Speed rusher. Elite speed, as he should have. B tackle. A finesse moves. B awareness. Dontrell Simon coming to the team. We need a left end. Damn, bro. We cannot hit on any of these with a hidden development. I think I'm going to be taking middle linebacker here, as much as I'm tempted to get another halfback. Wait, we actually signed Isaiah Pacheco, so that's not necessary. Kevin Patterson, middle linebacker, to fill in the middle linebacker position. Solid physical, solid skills, B play recognition, A block shitting, B awareness. Got to take a chance. Hidden development in the second round. 84 speed, 88 acceleration, 79 jumping, and 80 agility. We're doing solid. We're doing solid right now. Hopefully our right outside linebacker is still here, and he is. Just depends on which one we want to take right now, but Justin Brooks looks like the better one right now. Elite acceleration, B man coverage, A zone coverage. I'm not even going to look at the other man. Justin Brooks, normal development. We needed a right outside linebacker, though. I can't pick anything else. Just to fill in the free safety position for right now, B hit power, B kick return, C pursuit, hybrid, 5'10" out of Arizona, solid physicals, Travis Glass. Hopefully he's not as fragile as Glass. And he is normal development, but has some pretty decent stats. I'm not too concerned about it right now. And at the start of the season, Duffy is a superstar. Wow. I am genuinely amazed by that. I'm so glad we didn't start to replace him. Pacheco, we're putting all the weapons around him, so I'm not surprised. The line looks good. TJ Hawkinson's a 94 overall. Patterson. Oh, this is where I was supposed to switch the scheme, but I'll switch it now. We still don't have a right outside linebacker. I might trade for one just so we can be safe. I'm going to go ahead and switch these two out, put Kyle Hamilton in at free safety. Don't see why there's going to be a 64 overall when there's an 83 right behind him. But I am going to switch the scheme up. I'm going to try to trade for a right outside linebacker, but we'll see what happens. If not, you'll see me at the midseason mark. All right, well, we're packing up a second-round pick next year, a third-round pick this year, and a fifth-round pick for Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Even if his contract is probably up after this season, I'm ready to re-sign him because we have 90 mil. I'm pretty sure they already re-signed him, though, so that's not much of a worry for me. We fill out the defense. I mean, we could use a free safety, a legitimate one at that. But Jeremiah is going to be a good addition to the team. I might switch Kyle Hamilton's position to free safety. I think that's what he played originally, and they switched him over to strong safety because of Marcus Williams, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like that. I like the way it looks like that. Simon is a 76, so hopefully he develops. Defense looks solid. Defense looks solid. Offense looks good as well. Duffy needs to keep developing as he has. And I don't plan on replacing him now. So we are going to simulate to the midseason mark and hopefully be competent. Oh, wow. We are 2-5 at the midseason mark, surprisingly enough, whenever we have a pretty good team. Offense. Show me something good. Duffy's still a superstar, so that's good enough for me. Defense. Still looks the same. Patterson is a superstar X Factor. Oh, my gosh. I was not expecting that. Our second round pick is a superstar X Factor. Wow. Maybe we can turn it around after this period right now. 2-5. 26 in offensive yards. Zach Duffy needs to pick it up. 28th in defensive, but it seems like we're due for a turnaround on the season. 1,600 yards, 11 TDs, and 3 interceptions for Zach Duffy. Isaiah Pacheco had a 430 and 4 TDs. Receiving, Justin Jefferson at 566 and 4 TDs. Booker, 402 TDs. Defense, Patterson has the most tackles, of course. Bosa has 9 TFLs. Armstead has 6, and Owusu-Koramoah has 5. Bosa has 7 sacks. Hunter has 3.5, and Simon has 3. And Clark Phillips has 3 interceptions, and Patterson has 1. Okay, so not okay. So we're 2-5, but I don't think it's a bad 2-5. Maybe we can see it and see how it's going specifically for us. Ooh. I mean, we were getting blown out the first 2 games, 3 games, 4 games. Oh, wait, no. The first 3 games we were getting blown out. The next 2 we blew them out, and then it was close games after that. We lost by 1 against the Bears. I think we can turn it around. I think we can turn it around with the team that we have right now. I think it's possible. I do think it's possible. Hopefully we can. But we're going to look at players ready to negotiate right now and see who is up for a contract. Brian O'Neill is up for a contract. Wow, we got a lot of players. We got a lot of players up for a contract that are going to ask for big money. Clark Phillips, I would like to keep on the team. Ezra Cleveland has been good for us. Jordan Addison, 23 years old. Tommy Townsend. Brian O'Neill is the first order of business here. I do want to keep him for as long as possible, but a player-friendly deal offers perfect for him. 3 years. He'll be 33 by the time the contract's up. Not super mad about it. Give Jordan Addison a very player-friendly deal. Happy to sign and continue to play for the organization. Wow. Clark Phillips, you are next. I'm not too concerned about the free agents in this free agency period. That's a good offer. Glad we got the deal done. We got Clark Phillips back. Yeah, I'm just not too concerned about it. We keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's just not doing it. Ezra Cleveland's going to come back, 37 mil left, and Tommy Townsend is the last one left on the board. Very player friendly. Keep him for the rest of his career, basically. So we got our punter and kicker for the rest of the time, and that's really going to do it for that. That's really going to do it. Mock draft, maybe we can see if there's any top-notch prospects. A lot of defensive ends. A QB, that is a top 5 projection. Dean Reed or Dean Red. I'm illiterate and dyslexic. No, I'm playing. Wide receiver, left outside linebacker. They have us taking a right tackle. I think it depends on if we're... It depends on how it falls. It depends on how it falls and where we are in the draft. I will end up trading the right tackle if I end up drafting one. Not 100% sure, though. We're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of the season. Hopefully, we make a big turnaround with this great team. Oof, we did not turn it around. 6-11. Stats and awards, not the best way to go out right now. 31st in offensive yards. Zach Duffy did not pick it up. 27th in defensive. Both sides of the ball are not doing well. 4,300 yards, 26 TDs, and 11 interceptions. Zach Duffy is not doing well. 1,000 yards and 14 TDs for Isaiah Pacheco. Justin Jefferson had 1,509 TDs. Booker almost had 1,000 with 7 TDs, and Addison had 880 with 6. And defense, Patterson had the most tackles. TFLs, Bosa had 24, Armstead had 15, and Hunter had 13, with Wiley getting the same. Bosa had 19.5 sacks, Armstead had 7, and Hunter had 7. Interceptions, Phillips had 3, Nate Hobbs had 2, and Hunter had 1, and so did Owusu Koramoah. Okay, we'll look at the roster, see how it's looking, see what the lineup looks like in terms of the development traits, because Duffy's still a superstar. Duffy's still a superstar. It's hard to move on from somebody when they're a superstar. Everybody's the same. Everybody's basically the same. Patterson's still a superstar X Factor. Do we keep going defense in the draft? Do we keep doing that? What is the right tackle's overall now? Because he was an 89 before, I think. 89 still. Yeah. I'm pretty comfortable with that. I'm pretty comfortable. Williams is up to an 80. Booker's an 87. Maybe cornerback's the issue. Maybe that's what we need to focus on, but we'll figure that out in the offseason. And at the end of the season, the Giants beat the Broncos 38-24. Jason Humphrey, a middle linebacker, wins Super Bowl MVP. Nick Bosa wins Defensive Player of the Year. And that's about it on our team. Warren Westerman, the man that I probably should have traded up for, but our quarterback's not doing bad right now, but he did win NFL MVP, performing well. You have to make choices. 54.2 mil in cap room. I think I got everybody back that I needed to for players ready to negotiate. Yeah. Not even worth it. Not going to lie, I'm trying to put the nail in the coffin this season. Not gonna lie, I've been playing it safe. I've been playing it safe for a while. But Brandon Ayuk is here with Superstar X Factor. Yes, he is 29 years old, but 91 overall Superstar X Factor. We're on the running against half the league right now. Quay Walker, middle linebacker, is really the position that we need. So is cornerback with Keely Ringo. Dalton Kincaid is going to be a great backup to TJ Hawkinson if we're able to get him. I just hope all of these players end up coming to the team. I think they should, to be honest with you. They all decide. And Brandon Ayuk and Keely Ringo come to the team. Quay Walker goes to the Bucks. Jesus. Could you imagine Quay Walker and our Superstar X Factor? That would have been pivotal. But I didn't need Dalton Kincaid necessarily. I just wish that we could have gotten Quay Walker on the team, man. All right. I think we're going to go back to running 3-4 this season. Yeah. I'm going to get Leighton Vander Esch on the team once he accepts it. Still hasn't accepted it, but I expect him to. If he doesn't, then oh well, we'll figure it out. But roster looks like this before we get into the draft. Lineup, Duffy is still a superstar. We're putting more weapons around him. Got to. We got to at this point to really put this away right now, because we don't. For some reason, we can't get a winning record right now, and I can't stand that. Wiley. I mean, I should probably go for a defensive tackle. Maybe I just draft it. We got Keely Ringo. We got Clark Phillips. We have Nate Hobbs. So our cornerback room is decent. Kyle Hamilton and Best at safety. Hunter is down to an 80 overall, but there's no left outside linebackers. It's all over the place right now. Yeah, I think I'm pretty set at our position right now. We do have the 6th overall pick. Oh, I might try to get some positions just in case we're not able to get specific ones. It's hit or miss right now. All right, whether one of the two, I got a defensive tackle that's a 79 overall, not really worth saying the name, and Leighton Vander Esch. Whichever one ends up accepting, I'm fine with. Just trying to have the right scheme for this team right now. But we're going to simulate to the draft and hopefully get everything that we need. We're going to go pick by pick. The Bears have the first pick in the draft. They take a right end, the man that was supposed to drop to me. The Rams take a left tackle, Nick Davis. Texans take a left end too. Oh my gosh, right outside linebacker and a wide receiver for the Jets. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting both left ends to be taken that high. Wow, that puts me in a sticky situation. I think I'm going to take a right end. Here. Matt Kinley. It was between these two, but just the fact that this one has better A's and B's than the other one is why I'm going to be taking him. Our outside linebackers are solid. Tackles are solid. QB, we're fine. Matt Kinley. Power rush out of Miami. Physicals look good amongst the right ends. Skills, B tackle, A power moves, B block shitting, A awareness, D finesse moves, but he's a power rusher, so I don't expect that. Damn, bro. I can't hit on any of these defensive ends. Oh, my gosh. All right, so basically we're packing up the first 3-round picks that we have in next year's draft for Greg Rousseau and Carlson a center, because our center keeps regressing. He's only getting worse. We literally can't hit on any defensive end picks, and I'm getting quite tired of it. So we're getting Greg Rousseau on the team. Our next pick is the 4th-round pick. I might try to get a center regardless, but it just depends at this point. It's not worth it. We're just going to let the CPU pick it. I can't see anything that's worthwhile to bring to the team, so we'll just end the draft here. And at the start of the season, our lineup looks like this. Duffy. Who the hell is Holiday? A fullback? A tight end that the CPU found. I don't know how. Derek Holiday, I couldn't see him. I mean, I probably wasn't looking at tight end. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I was looking at tight end. But Duffy's a 78. Now we got a new fullback, I guess. A full new team, basically. Greg Rousseau is the left end for us now. We have double defensive tackles now. I mean, if this isn't the season, I don't know what is. I genuinely don't. I really don't. Hoping for the best. Hoping for the best for this season. I don't think I have to make any trades anymore. I'll see you at the midseason mark. And at the midseason mark, we are 3-4 as an 89 overall team. Does not make much sense. Stats and awards. 4th in offensive yards. Okay. Must be the defense. 16th in defensive. I don't understand why. Don't. 2,000 yards, 12 TDs, and 6 interceptions for Zach Duffy. Isaiah Pacheco has 550 and 8 TDs. Receiving, Brandon Ayuk has 554 and 4 TDs. Justin Jefferson with 502. Booker with 504. Defense, Owusu Koromoa has the most tackles. Hunter has 6 TFLs. Patterson has 5. Owusu Koromoa has 4. Bosa has 7.5 sacks. Hunter has 3. And Russo has 2.5. Best has 2 interceptions. Patterson has 1. And Ringo has 1. Okay. 3-4. Not very impressive so far. Not going to lie to you. Not very impressive. We'll go ahead and look at the roster, see what's going on in terms of development. Again, mostly the QB, 79 overall superstar. Where How does one get injured when it doesn't exist? This is the defense. Oh, I'm losing hope in this Vikings rebuild. I won't lie to you. I won't lie to you. Let's go ahead and look at who is ready to re-sign. 7 players ready. 31 mil. Booker. Booker's up for a contract. And Wiley. And Best. And Duffy. Oh, boy. How much would this take off my salary cap? Jesus Christ. I think I have to re-sign Zach Duffy, man. I mean, I'm going to give him a neutral DLC. Need a bigger offer. That's insane. That's insane. That's actually insane. I don't know if I want to re-sign Carl Booker. We just re-signed Jordan Addison. We just signed Brandon Ayuk. I don't know. 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 We're going to have to see at the end of the season how we do. It depends. It really does depend on that. Oh, this is unfortunate. There is trade offers for Jordan Addison. I've looked at them. They're lame. I'm just going to keep them until I can find a better trade or when I actually need them. But we're going to simulate to the end of the season and hopefully be a playoff team. And at the end of the season, we only lost 1 game to finish it off. I'm glad because I don't know what I was going to do with the money that we had left. Because, boy, 2nd in offensive yards. Zach Duffy getting into his Duffy. 4th in defensive yards. Zach had almost 5,000 yards, 39 TDs, and 11 interceptions. Rushing, Isaiah Pacheco had 1,216 TDs. Receiving, Justin Jefferson had 1,514 TDs. Brandon Ayuk had 1,211. Defense, Owusu-Koramoah had 120 tackles. Bosa had 11 TFLs. Hunter had 10. Russo had 10. Sacks, Bosa had 19 sacks. Russo had 9 and Hunter had 6. Phillips had 4 interceptions. Best had 3 and Hamilton had 3. Wow. Okay. Well, that's impressive. That's impressive to say the least. We have to face the Washington Commanders though. We do have to face the Washington Commanders. We'll see how the roster looks right now in terms of overall. Zach Duffy should be, an 85 overall with morale. Holiday is only a star. Everything just looks good. Everything looks good. It looks like a playoff run to me. I'm not going to lie. It looks like one of those 90 overall team. We got to be able to finish it off. And the Vikings do start off with the ball, but are not able to do anything on the first drive, but stop them on defense. Doesn't do much because it's just a back-and-forth defensive game right now. And we finally get the first touchdown of the game in our house, 7-0. We get a quick touchdown after that, 14-0. We make them punt it once again. 4th and 14, punt it back to them. They cannot do anything on offense right now as we're possibly going to get another touchdown, 21-0 before the half. And it looks like that's going to be the score going into the second half. They do get ball first, though, but are not able to do anything on the first drive, 28-0. This looks like a blowout to me. Is this a shutout, too? 35-0? Wow. 35-0 against the Washington Commanders. We just obliterated them on the offensive side of the ball, and they could not do anything on their side. After that shutout game, you can't help but go into this game with a lot of confidence. Carolina Panthers losing record, somehow getting into the playoffs, but they made it to the divisional. Not somebody to sleep on. And we do start off with the ball once again, but not able to do anything on the first drive as they do get a field goal to start it off. 3-0. We stop them on their way to a possible touchdown, but our defense is continuing to show up right now as we get a pick to turn over the ball. 3-0, 3-3 now. It's a tie game, and we get another pick and get a touchdown right after to take our first lead of the game. We get another turnover and a field goal after that. This Panthers defense is killer right now. 13-3. Another field goal. We're in the fourth quarter. We're up by 13. We just need to hold this right now as they go downfield and are not able to get anything. Was that a pick? 4th and 3. We punted away. They're trying to get anything to answer back right now, and the 26-yard reception of Jawan Johnson will do that. 16-3, and they get a touchdown. 16-10. We just need to run it out. 3rd and 6, 4th and 2. We punt it on 4th and 2 within the 5. They're at the 6. They're at the 12. 30 seconds left on the clock. You have 16 seconds to go all the way downfield, and that is going to do it for the divisional round. And we beat the underdogs in the Carolina Panthers. And in the NFC Conference Championship, we have to face the Dallas Cowboys, 13-4. The first team that has a better record than us, but I think we can win this one. As we do start off with the ball, we're trying to go downfield and get the first touchdown of the day, and we do just that, 7-0. We make him turn the ball over. Another touchdown. Already have a 2-touchdown lead against the Dallas Cowboys in their stadium, and we go and get a field goal even though we could have gotten a touchdown. The Cowboys are going to go downfield and get their first of the day, but we answer right back with another one, 24-7. 40 seconds left on the clock, 20 seconds left, 5, and they get the field goal with Harrison Butker kicking it in. But they get the ball first. 24-10. Not able to do anything. Very much back and forth. And we weren't able to do anything, as they cannot score on that drive either. 3rd and 12. 4th and 12. We punt it right back to them. They get a big reception and are able to take that all the way downfield. 24-17. We're only up by 1 touchdown. We almost allowed them to get one, and we're trying to run out the clock as much as possible. 24-17. 3rd and 12 with a minute and 2 seconds left. A kneel? Okay. I guess that worked. I didn't think that we were going to have enough time for that or enough downs for that. But we beat the Dallas Cowboys by a touchdown in the conference championship. 24-17. Duffy's getting into this Duffy. And in the Super Bowl, we have to face the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, Christian Kirk probably still. Oh, it's going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be tough. One of the best QBs in the league right now. And for the first time in this entire playoffs, we are not starting off with the ball, but we get it back. 2nd and 10. 3rd and 18, 4th and 18, we have to punt it back to them. Our defense needs to show up today because it doesn't seem like our offense will. 7-0, 3rd and 10. A penalty knocks us forward 15 yards, a Luakon, and we get our first touchdown of the day in the Super Bowl, and Travis Etienne gets an 80-yard rush, but we get a touchdown right back, 14-14. They punt it back to us. We have a chance, and we don't take it. 4th and 10. 4th and 3 for us. Zach Duffy gets his pass knocked away. 40 seconds left, 34, and they run out the clock. But we start off with the ball, and we get into the red zone pretty quickly. 21-14 to start off the second half. They go and answer right back. 2nd and goal, but we're at the 17 because we got sacked for a 10-yard loss. 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. We take the field goal. We missed a 26-yard field goal. Really? Out of all the field goals, you missed that one, and you allow them to go downfield and only get a field goal. I thought they were going to get a touchdown. 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter, 4th and 9, and they went for it. They went for it on 4th and 9. You have got to be kidding me. They only get a field goal, so we could possibly win this right now. They get the kickoff, and it's a touchback. I'm jumping in. I'm not letting them do this to themselves. If anybody's going to cut real hard on this, it's Brandon Ayuk. Need him to. Secure. What? I did a secure catch? Oh my gosh. I can't stand this. I can't stand this game. This is why I don't play this game anymore. Oh my gosh. Flag. What's it on? Pass interference? It's not on us. Holding? Offense? We're getting screwed right now. They're taking 2nd and 20. We have a chance right now. I'm doing the same play that we tried to do before, but couldn't quite get it. Brandon Ayuk needs to get out. Oh, shoot! Brandon Ayuk! We got to go for the spike. Go for the spike. 1st and 10. 47 seconds left. Okay, all right. A bunch of receiving threats here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Justin Jefferson getting his toes in at the 42 seconds left on the clock. We have a chance here. We have a chance here. It depends on where the safety goes. It depends on where the safety goes. I'm throwing it out. Throwing it out. I didn't like what I was seeing at all. I did not like what I was seeing at all, and I don't know if this man can run. Justin Jefferson could beat his man. He could beat his man. I'm throwing it up. Oh my gosh! Justin Jefferson gets the possible game-winning touchdown. Oh my goodness, I'm stuttering. Because how? 27-27, and it's about to be 28-27 because I'm not kicking this field goal. Jump to the next play. 28-27. 30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think I can allow them. Oh. I'm playing the full game. Playing the full game. I need to be here for this because there's no way that I'm gonna allow them to somehow mess this up. I'm going as Nick Bosa. I'm trying to get through. Get him down. Is the clock still running? It's not. It's not. I can hardly speak. The quarterback needs to get to the 38-yard line in order for the kicker to make the field goal. We have a chance here to stop him completely, but that's not going to help us, but he doesn't get his feet in. He does not get his feet in. 3rd and 6. Here we go. 19 seconds left on the clock. 3rd and 6. We need to get a sack here. Oof. Evan Ingram. 13 seconds left on the clock, and they're calling a timeout at the 42. Just going to use her to defensive tackle. I'm going to let the CPU do their thing with Nick Bosa. As Travis Etienne gets out into space, jukes one, gets out of bounds for the second. Oh my gosh. Get to him. That's not in. 1 second left on the clock. They have to go Hail Mary here. Man 3 deep, and I am not going to be rushing the QB at all. Oh my gosh. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Go get that ball. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Oh boy. I was about to trip balls. I was about to trip balls if that was a pass interference. But Duffy wins the Vikings their first Super Bowl in a while. Wow. Zach Duffy, the 4th round pick. The 4th round pick in our first draft. Second draft. In our second draft, I think it was. Takes us to the promised land. Develops over the years and beats one of the best QBs in the league. Basically the Peyton Manning of our time right now. Wow. Wow, what a comeback story. We really had to deck it up, though. We really did, but I wouldn't want it any other way. Duffy, number 3, holding the Super Bowl trophy. Oh, my gosh. And at the end of the 2027 season, your Minnesota Vikings win by 1 point in the Super Bowl. That heave downfield to Justin Jefferson, that was strictly trust between the QB and the wide receiver, and he got up and went for it. Zach Duffy won Super Bowl MVP. Justin Jefferson won Offensive Player of the Year for the 2nd time now. Wow. What a way to end it. The Browns had Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's insane. But if you did enjoy that, please go down there and like and subscribe for me. Let me know what teams you want me to rebuild. Let me know what challenges you want me to do. I'll be more than happy to once I get back from this elongated time that I'm just going to have all these videos recorded. But I will interact with you guys in the comments, see what you want to see. But oh, it was the Minnesota Vikings' first Super Bowl. I thought so, but I didn't want to say the wrong thing. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Peace.